in order for a Makhtesh to be formed, yeah, I like this. We could do this in a much more primitive way. In order for a Makhtesh to be formed, you need, yeah, feel free. You need two things to happen. One is a great vertical drop from one side of a mountain to another side of a mountain. You see, it's a mountain. You're saying to yourself, what do you mean a mountain? The thing is an indentation in the earth. It's not a mountain, but it is, in fact, a collapsed mountain. Wait till you see it. That you need a mountain in which one side of the mountain is much higher than the other side. How did that happen? The Syrian-African Rift. That's something of an oversimplification, but 19 million years ago, the Syrian-African Rift was formed, that crack in the Earth's surface. It goes basically from Central Africa up to Turkey, but in Israel goes from Eilat up to the source of Jordan River and forms most of our border with Jordan, okay? But in the middle of Israel is this high mountain spine, which we were sleeping on last night in Mitzvah. So even before there was a Makhtesh, you went up a mountain and then down way deeper, the direction of the Arava and the Dead Sea. Okay. The second thing that happens is you have three layers. The lower layer of the oldest rock is granite. That's hard, not going anywhere. The second layer, made about 500 million years ago, give or take a few weeks, is sandstone. That's soft.
Take it for granted?
The highest layer is limestone, which is hard but porous. In other words, water can get through it. So you have these three layers, and then when the Syrian-African Rift comes along and the plates shift, a mountain is pushed up, and the three layers become like a mountainous layer cake, and then water gets in. Now this isn't the water. This was just to make the. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. This was just to make us a hard shell on the outside that represents limestone, okay? Water gets into the limestone and seeps through the cracks, through the porous elements of the limestone, eventually gets to the sandstone, which is soft. The sandstone, okay, once it gets to the sandstone, it starts to flow underground, okay? Underground through the sandstone starts to flow downhill, right? Eventually, it makes underground rivers, right? And the limestone falls in to the huge expanse that has been opened up by the water.
Makhtesh!
What you have to imagine, the only thing you have to imagine is that, and here is Mitzvah. This is where we slept. And this is where we did Havdalah, and we're looking down. You just have to imagine that my hand isn't so fat, and that the exit from the Makhtesh is so narrow that you can only get out of the Makhtesh with a bicycle, which is what you just did. We're not in the Makhtesh anymore. It's only about 12 kilometers wide, but those Chalutzim got to see, like Yahav got to see the Makhtesh Agadol, which means the big Makhtesh. Guess which is bigger, the big Makhtesh or Makhtesh Ramon?
Ramon.
That's right. Makhtesh Gadol is smaller. The smallest is called Makhtesh Katan. That's Jews for you. Anyway, a Makhtesh. Read my shirt.
It's not a crater.
It's not a crater. A crater is caused by a meteorite or a volcano. A canyon is caused by water flowing across the top of the surface of the earth. A Makhtesh is formed by water getting into the sandstone and flowing out. So it actually has the Makhtesh does not have an entrance. It only has an exit, which we enjoyed. And that is more or less the story of the Makhtesh. Go have some water and nuts.